It's time for Your Lane with Coach Trish Hanna.
Yeah, it's time to empower, educate, and encourage your women to motivate you through whatever you've been going through. We can talk about it. We ain't passing no judgment. So don't be ashamed. It's all the same. Stay in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come on, talk and don't be ashamed. Your lane. Let's have a conversation on what we face every day. Tune into your lane talk show. It makes us feel good just to know we're not alone. No more we've been isolated and dissatisfied. I want you to come out the door. Just don't be afraid of your heart. Just don't be ashamed. It's not the same thing in your lane. Your lane. It's whatever your real life looks like. Stay in your lane. Come out the dark and don't be ashamed. Your lane. Let's have a conversation on what we face every day. So I know you talk show with Coach Trish Hanna.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Your Lane Talk Show with your coach Trish Hanna, broadcasting live from the beautiful Nassau, Bahamas. Y'all loving this weather? This weather's so beautiful. This is I have no excuse for jogging weather. This is it ain't too hot for me to go outside weather. This is it's time to make babies weather, right? For couples, right? All right. I saw a lot of heads nodding in here today. All right, we can get into that later. To my first time listeners, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Your Lane Talk Show. This talk show was created to educate, empower, and encourage women of all ages. And like I've always been saying from the time I started the show, hey, we welcome the men as well. Male listeners do tune in. They tune in a lot. You know, we get a lot of responses from them. We got a lot of inputs from them. And then, of course, Odessa and myself, whenever we go to the food store or go to church or other places, we get the males coming to us as well saying, hey, I love your show. Thanks for this show. Thanks for that show. This is my opinion on that. You know, so we get those and we say thank you. We salute you, men, and you're welcome to join us at any time on any one of our shows. And guess what? The upcoming shows, in fact, this entire month, it was more gender neutral. Like we literally wasn't really focusing on women 100%. And everything that was said from the time we started the show this year to now, men can actually receive information and use it to apply for themselves as well. All right. That's how we rolling. So last Sunday was episode 83. And the topic last Sunday was strategies for goal achievement, turning plans into actions. We had with us Coach Keishelle Davis. And listen, let me tell you something. The information was just the bomb. Let me tell you, she went over 12 different steps that we can take just to get whatever it is that we have decided, or that's not the word I want to use, we aspire to do, to take off of the pages of our New Year's resolution to take it and put it into tangible strategies. Y'all are lacking words today. I don't know what's going on with me today, but that's all right. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? So we're taking the words off of the paper and we're ensuring that it's actually something that we can actually do and put into action. We can actually touch it. We can see it. We can taste it for whatever reason, whatever goal. That's what she came here for, to help us, to push us a little, especially for those who are who procrastinate, who have issues with starting something and then just don't know how to complete it. For those who, for whatever reason, feel as if there are issues with stagnation in their lives, for whatever reason. I'm going to go through the 12 steps real quick. And of course, if you want to watch the show, you can go to Coach Trish Hanna on YouTube to listen to the episode. And the 12 The 12 steps real quick are clarity, potential, plan, passion, faith, process, priorities, people, provision, persistence, patience, and connection. Go watch the show so you can actually hear how she elaborated on each and every one of them. All right. YouTube, Coach Trish Hanna. That's episode 83, Strategies for Goal Achievement, Turning Plans into Actions. And while you're there, please like and subscribe. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I'm rushing because I want to get this show off the. I need this to be off because prior to us being on live, I already been getting my toes smashed already. All right. And I've been saying some things, telling on myself, and he been mashing my toes. This guess who I have here. So let me let y'all know. It's time. It's time to share the page. Share, tag, share, tag, share, tag. Now, if you've ever found yourself setting fitness goals only to struggle with achieving or maintaining them, you're in for a treat today. All right, we've got an incredible show lined up for you as we dive deep into the blueprints for achieving and maintaining your fitness goals. We all know that staying fit is not just a resolution. We say it, yeah, man. My New Year's resolution is for me to lose this 10 pounds. I want to get back in my size 6 dress. Yeah, that's you. But staying fit is actually a lifetime commitment, and is a lifetime commitment to your health and your well-being. All right, whether you're a seasoned fitness enthusiast or just starting on your journey, today's discussion is packed with expert insights, practical tips, and inspiration to help you not only reach your fitness goals, but make them a lasting part of your lifestyle. So call up sis, who always having her New Year's resolution. She say she getting fit on New Year's resolution. That's her list. Her New Year's resolution list is I want to get fit, right? But then sis, after but January and February coming, but she get all them chocolates from Valentine's, and then she eat the whole box, and then she gonna eat your box too, and then she get discouraged because she ate too much and she won't go back to the gym. Call sis. Y'all know who that is. Everyone at every workplace has a sis like that. Okay, every workplace has someone who say, I'm gonna start off and we're gonna walk in. Then you go walking, and after that, then you call them. Listen, my community, we have a women's group. We haven't been together. Let me tell on myself today. We used to go walking, like I think 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And when we noticed, we had a little group, right? And we noticed that when we don't see the other person, we'll try to call them. If we don't call them, if they don't answer the phone, we try and knock on their door. They knock on the door, that's it. So one by one, we notice people ain't coming out, man. It's too cold. It's too cold. We can't come out. Then the time change. Oh, the time change. We won't come out. Man, stop it, man. If you're gonna get with it, let's get with it. If you're gonna do it, let's do it. Let's go all the way this year. 2024, this is a brand new year for us to say if we're gonna do something, let's be consistent with it. And this is what the show is all about. The show is to teach us how to maintain the fitness, not only just exercising, but also in our nutrition, the way that our food choices, the way that we decide what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat, right? The calories that we intake, and even for the ones that we're gonna go there, people like me who thick, right? Laughing, like thick off. Look at everybody covering their eye. Thickness can't done like me. We may want to add on a little 5 pounds extra, or a little 10 pounds extra, just, we may want. So we're going to talk about that too. Okay. Because we do have some people who want to put on weight, exactly. And we may try to figure out, okay, what are the best solutions for us to gain that little 5, 10 pounds extra. All right. Yeah, I go in there today. All right. So tell them to tune in to Star 106.5 FM dial, channel 976 on cable, or log on to Facebook on Your Lane Life Coaching Facebook page to watch us live. My prediction. Dessa, you ready?
Yes.
Come, Dessa. Put on a mic so she can tell us what she thinks. Dessa, this is Coach Paul. Of course, I'm going to introduce him formally in a minute. But just by looking at him, Dessa, because I don't know if you know him too well, but just by looking at him, how do you think the show going to be today?
Well, I think we're going to have like 55% aha moments.
55% aha
yeah, because
wow.
we have like 20% left, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that this can be a little funny too, because the excuses can come.
Oh, shoot.
And then we can have maybe 20% aha moments. Well, maybe let's switch that up. 20% aha moments and 55% I lie. I
Oh,
can't
gee,
count
that's
no
what
more.
was going
Okay,
on.
50% aha moments,
Uh-huh.
20% laughter, and
Uh-huh.
about 10 to 15% of teardrops. Because
50
people would
plus 10
don't say
plus
that on the radio.
20.
Don't say that on the radio.
That's how
Don't say
you
that on the radio.
and she's an accountant, y'all. All right, so I'm thinking, let's see that. So that's good. I think 95% aha moments. And I
95?
think 5% laughter.
Okay.
And I don't know Coach Paul to be that comical either, because he just always looks strict when it comes to, because he used to train my children. So I don't know if we can get any jokes from him. We'll see. Or he might just push some buttons for me, like try tell on me, and then right. So let's see what's gonna happen. I don't think anybody's gonna cry today though.
No,
You think anybody cry?
that's not my intention.
See, we ain't gonna let nobody cry. Your Lane episode 84, the blueprint for achieving and maintaining your fitness goals, is brought to you by the Perfume Bar. Thank you for joining us. John Shoe Store and Accessories, Your Lane Life Coaching, Bahama Odds and Ends Party Supplies, and Airborne Freight and Cargo Services. Now let's get to our guest introduction. Coach Paul Wilson, aka Mighty Mouse, and I can't wait to ask where does Mighty Mouse come from, but we're going to talk about that, has been a part of the fitness and bodybuilding industry nationally for over 15 years. He is a certified elite personal trainer and advanced nutrition instructor. Being a part of the theory and practical parts of fitness and bodybuilding for so many years has equipped him with knowledge in related areas of bodybuilding, nutrition, supplementation, and fitness, where he is ready to take anyone who is ready to go to the next level. I love that already. I love that. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, he was trying to be a little modest in his guest intro when he sent it to me. So, but I know that there's a long thought of things that he's capable of and equipped to do and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna give him a chance to talk a little bit more about it. But thank you, Coach Paul, for joining us on Your Lane Life Coaching.
Thank you for having me. It's a wonderful experience to see the smiling face, and behind the smiling face is, I don't know if he can mash my toe today.
Oh, gee.
That's what I'm looking at, your faces.
Yeah.
Right? But yes, along with all the other stuff that you have already mentioned, I've been a bodybuilder for 20 plus years.
Wow.
So a lot of people, when they look at me, they're like, but you can't be no older than 35. I'm like, I have a lot of experience, and bodybuilding is the sport of youth, really, because it retards aging. And a lot of people don't know retarding of aging slows the process of your wrinkles and your gray hairs. I have a few gray hairs now, a little salt and pepper there. And I just mature. I ain't old now.
Wow. Now listen, let me go in there. That's how we can go there. Yeah. I saw a few of your pictures on Facebook, right? Because I was just scrolling through, right? I saw some before pictures before you started getting buff and tough, right? So there's a before and a after. I want to know what inspired you to get to this point of looking so.
Wow. Buff. My stature is number one. Okay. When I was in high school, of course, I was the shortest person, and I was like, God, this can't be it.
Yeah.
You want to give me 5'3"? This is it? He said, well, I'm going to turn you into a giant of a man, but it's going to be in a different aspect.
Wow.
And so over time, I had the love of bodybuilding, but I was in track and field at the time. Mm-hmm. And of course, once you got out of high school, everything was open to you. You could go to the gym, you could take your supplements, because now you don't have that, supplements are steroids or what's not. And I took it on from there. I learned the practical side of bodybuilding and fitness. And then I got my certifications, which gave me the aha. Mm-hmm. That makes sense now. Food, supplements, training, recovery, sleep, stress, all those different things I was able to put together over the course of the years of being a personal trainer and a bodybuilder. And I just help people with those gifts now.
I love that. So during your own journey, have you experienced any challenges? I'm just asking you about yourself now before we get into what all mashing toe, because everyone in here toe can get mashed today, I promise you. So tell me a little bit about if you've had any challenges during your journey, your fitness journey.
I don't think anybody didn't have any challenges when it comes to their goals and their aspirations. You know, we all have hurdles that we gotta
just jump over.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly the challenge of anyone who doesn't make six figures is finances.
Yeah.
Right. The next challenge, I can say maybe 30% of our Bahamian population will be time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have time to, whether it's meal prep, going to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have it because they've already set themselves in a professional environment,
Mm-hmm.
or they have 2 and 3 children, they have a family, they're taking care of sick or diseased loved ones, and so they don't have that time. I was blessed with, sorry, with the leisure of having a few of those small sorry, of those things that people lack
Mm-hmm.
in abundance over my teenage years, my 20s, and middle of my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But
You have
like
something that people lack? What do you mean?
I have a little more time.
Uh-huh.
I'm not married. I don't have any children.
Oh.
So a lot of my finances, I can go and invest it back into bodybuilding or invest
Okay.
it back into personal training. I don't have a lot of other responsibilities to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No. And a lot of people say, why you don't have no children? I say, I ain't find a sensible woman yet.
Oh boy. Well, we have Odessa near you. Odessa is very much single and available. I can let you know that. So if you need me to hook you up, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, Trisha.
What do you think? What do you believe is the most common mistake people make when setting fitness goals, and how can they avoid that?
Number one is making realistic ones.
Mm.
Let's say, for example, someone has a wedding coming up in 3 months. They come to the personal trainer, 2 months. My wedding is XYZ. I need to lose 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
They have to come to the realization, yes, I can make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But how much sacrifices are you willing to make for that to happen?
Yeah.
Goals also come in line with habits. Are you able to change the habit of eating certain foods, drinking enough water, coming to exercise at least 4 to 5, maybe 6 times a week? Those are sacrifices that people aren't able to make that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that kind of deters people from that goal is being in the circle of social. The social circles are, oh, let's go out Friday night. And so that throws off their program.
Mm-hmm.
You can't drink every week, people. You can't eat, fatty foods every other day and expect the fitness goal to come about. And that's one of the biggest challenges I have with people who come with, these unrealistic goals. Just give the trainer time. Say, okay, your wedding is, let's say, September. You need to come see me now.
Yeah.
Because I won't be able to tell you, okay, by this time, you should have no more sodas, no more fruit juices, no more this. Just you drinking water. By this time, no more going out past 11 o'clock. We ain't fighting vampires. Okay, we need our rest. We need time to de-stress the body. Everything in life that we do, whether it's fun or not, is a form of stress. And if you do not rest, that stress compounds itself.
Wow. Someone say, oh, hey, Paul, my first trainer, Bianca Monroe.
Yeah, Bianca is one of my first clients, and she's my cousin too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Listen, Bianca is so fit. It's amazing. Like, we watch her because we're in this group together, and we watch how she disciplines herself, and she goes and she exercises. Sometimes she takes videos with her exercising. But like, we'll be eating our popcorn and our chip. We won't be like Bianca. We won't be like Bianca. But that is awesome. That's awesome. That yes, you do have issues with. I mean, not awesome that you have issues, but it's awesome to know that the body takes on stress, because I didn't know that, regardless if it's good or if it's bad. I never knew that. And then while you're talking about nutrition, we know that nutrition plays a crucial role in achieving fitness goals. But what are some practical tips for maintaining a healthy, balanced diet while working towards fitness objectives?
Journalizing. We don't journalize enough. What are you eating, how much you eat, and what foods you're going to eat at a certain time.
Mm.
Then we don't measure our foods, right? We go to a restaurant, they place the food in front of us, and we just eat the whole plate because we pay for it,
Yeah.
right? If if the portion size is too large, you have the option of saying, "Can I have a to-go plate?" Behemoths don't like to do that.
Oh no, we tote now. Don't
Yeah.
get that wrong. But you mean
Mind you, what you're toting is possibly 20 to 30% of what's left,
Oh,
and that's just a little snack.
well, that's a lot of discipline then to sit to
Yes.
say let me. But do you do that?
I do. Anytime I go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
I find the healthiest thing on the menu, and then when I look at the portion size, I say, okay, I could eat this chicken breast, I could have this salad. I'm not going to eat all that rice. I'm going to leave some of the rice on the plate
Mhm.
because I don't want to take it home rice. Who's take rice home? Like, white rice at that? You don't take rice home?
No, I'm not taking white rice home.
Okay.
No.
'Cause,
Because you notice everybody going quiet because we stick rice home, but not the white rice.
Yeah, I
don't.
went to a restaurant right in Margaritaville, and it was curry Thai shrimp bowl.
Mhm.
I ate the shrimp. I'm not gonna take the rice home,
No.
right? So it's just measuring your foods, and a lot of behemoths have food scales at home and don't use them,
Wow.
and measuring cups they don't use them. The only time measuring cup come out is when they're baking cake.
Baking. Yeah.
But that's what measuring cups for. If I say you need to take in 60 grams of rice, you need to scoop that out and put that onto a scale. And look how all y'all looking at me.
Mom, because this man there's a lot of discipline, and I love that because if you want to stay fit, you're gonna have to do some things. You gotta
Yes.
do some things that you've never done in order to get a different type of result. We wonder why every year we place our our goals on this paper to say New Year's resolution. I am taking off 20 pounds. I'm taking off 15 pounds. I want to get in size 6. I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to take this muffin belly off. Speaking of
Mhm.
which, we get to talk about that.
Yes.
Right? And I want to take this baby fat off, all these different things. And be like, child, this baby weight. And I do in my stomach, this baby weight. How old your child is? 12? Okay.
That's me.
So we're doing these things, but then how do we discipline ourselves? So how do we, last week we were talking about that as well, but how can we discipline? You said journaling. What exactly, other than writing in calories, can we put in our journals? And how do we
Goals.
know what amount of calories is being
Aha. That's why you have to measure everything.
when you out and about? You can't measure everything when you up and out and
Okay.
about.
Now, what you could do
Mm.
is research the menu from each restaurant. And every
Ah.
restaurant is supposed to have a nutritional fact.
Yes,
Right?
I've seen that.
So when you see that nutritional fact, you'll be like, okay, this meal says, okay, give me an example. IHOP,
Right.
they have a Southwest burrito bowl, and that bowl is 1,000 calories itself. It's a
Mhm.
big portion.
Mhm.
And so you have to say, okay, if I eat a third of this, then that's about 400 something calories.
Mhm.
And so you portion it off. But at the end of the day, once you have consumed that entire bowl, you've had 1,000 something calories. Now, what your calorie intake is you have to find it out through your basal metabolic rate.
Right.
And you have a calculator online that you can utilize to find that out. A lot of people, they lose track on how many calories they take in because they don't measure. Then when they don't measure their food, they don't know how many calories they intake. If you don't know how many calories you intake, that means you don't know how much calories you need to burn every other day.
Mm.
So it's a reciprocal cycle. Once you start to lose calories through exercise, that's 300 calories from exercise. And okay, you got to do that again the next day, again the next day. That adds up. Your movement adds up. The amount of calories that you intake from your food decreases over time because
Mhm.
now you have more engines running as you exercise.
Mhm.
The more engines you have running, the quicker the fuel is dispersed, and the more you're in that deficit.
So what if so how do you propose that people use for instance smart watches and things? Do you think that is suitable?
Smart watches give you an idea how many calories you burn, but they're not completely accurate.
Yeah.
Number one, like there's so many different variables that smart watches don't pick up on. The amount of heat your body is releasing, the amount of muscle tissue that's on your frame,
Mhm.
your hydration levels, all that will contribute to how many calories you burn.
Right.
So I've seen people who play tennis for like maybe an hour and they burn like 1,200 calories. And I'm like, there's no way you're burning 1,200 calories and you ain't on the ground right now within 1 hour. So it overestimates the amount of calories, but it gives you motivation to continue doing the activity.
Yeah.
Because at least you know you burn X amount of calories. Don't know what percentage is.
Yeah.
But at least you know you're doing something active and burning those calories. So
Mhm.
I won't really discourage anyone who's using those watches. It's just a good motivational piece.
Okay. Clearly, it's not accurate because I'm not wearing my Fitbit, but child, my Fitbit used to tell me how much steps I take and what all I do and how much calories. And I used to get excited over it, but clearly, like you said, it's not accurate. Let's talk about the thick people like me who may want to put on one little, because right now I'm 117 pounds, right? And and my goal for the next couple of months is to get 135. I can't go. I don't want to exceed that. I don't want to exceed that because I don't want to go shopping. I mean, I want to go shopping, but I don't
Right.
want to go shopping.
Okay.
So if I exceed that, that means I have to go shopping for size 8 and 10 and stock clothing. I want to stick with my size 6. Last year, I've been doing a lot of fasting, which of course it allowed me to shed a lot of weight, right? So how do I get back to, or how do I reach that goal? And how long do you think it would take for me? Let's say 2 months. Is that reasonable to get from 117 to 135?
It depends on what type of weight you want to be on your body. If it's fat and water, you can put that on within 2 months. You can just start moving. You can go to Wendy's and Burger King and KFC, and that'll come on to you. However, a lot of people, when they want to put on weight, they want the functional weight, which is the muscle tissue.
Yeah.
Because it's the muscle that gives the body the shape anyway. What you need to do firstly is to move more resistant. So resistance training, maybe walk the beach, use the sand to kind of tone your legs up to start off with. Then you use the dumbbells that you say before the show started that you have home.
We going there, Coach. Coach, why we going there? I can tell on me soon, but let's talk.
Right.
I can tell on me.
And so once you stimulate the muscles that you already have, you're gonna want to eat more.
Yeah.
Once you move more, you're gonna need more food to continue that activity, and there comes muscle growth. And then over time, you need to continue increasing the resistance that your body is placed upon. That way, the muscle continues to grow. Now, is it only muscle growing? No, because you're going to have some water that comes along with the muscle. The muscle's completely more water than anything else, along with some body fat, because you want to stay in a surplus. So you're able to continue that, what we call in the bodybuilding world, an anabolic environment. And so the muscle is always ready to continue building, continue getting better. And the more muscle tissue you have anyway, the more fat you burn at rest, the more calories you burn at rest. So it's a win-win situation. One of the key things I wanted to mention on the show, a lot of people think that bodybuilding is only competitive.
Right.
Bodybuilding is the state of you changing the body that you have. It doesn't mean that you're just building muscle tissue. It could be recomposition, like taking the fat off your body. You know, you have a lot of girls now, they get in the gym, they want to build their hips, they want to build their legs. It's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Right? So get it out your head, lift the weights, ladies. Lift the weights. Lift as heavy as you can, safely as you can, as much as you can. Make sure that your meal plan and your supplement plan all integrate with each other so you get the results as quickly as possible.
Okay. So let's get back to thickness like me, right? Just for 2 seconds. Because honestly, I'm not going to lie. There are people out there, I mean international because I've seen it, who are literally trying to put on weight. Like they literally, men and women who trying to get that. They tired of, because the thick girls like us, they say we out of style. I don't care. My husband loves me the way that I am, and I love myself the way that I am. But I want to get to my size 6 because of the weight I lost last year from fasting. So stay in there, and I won't go beyond that, and I don't want to go less than that. My size 6. So how do I deal with, okay, what type of food should I know the answer, but this is for people who may want to get in that as well. What type of food should I be eating? And how would my diet look?
Okay.
Now, we're not talking about the KFC and stuff like that, because you don't have to eat. I don't want to eat bad. I'm not a bad eater. But let's look at a nice, nutritious meal that will cover things that I would need to help with that
that
goal?
The natural foods, what we call wholesome foods, are always the best way to go. Your chicken breast, your fish, your steak, some cuts of pork. But you have some people who don't like pork, but you have lean cuts of pork.
Right.
You could use tofu. You can use chickpeas, oatmeal, brown rice, white rice, whatever type of carbs you use in terms of which are high in fiber. Just use them consistently. Orange sweet potato, white sweet potato, but at the same time, measure them to what you need to for your desired goal. Other than that, if you want to treat yourself, you can. However, one meal, people turn a cheat meal into a cheat day, and that cheat day turns to a cheat weekend, and that cheat weekend goes into a cheat month, and then they lose track.
You mashing toes in here, sir.
So, but managing your food using wholesome foods. The reason why we choose wholesome foods more often is the chewing effect. A lot of people who eat wholesome foods a lot, they have a chiseled face because it takes a lot of energy to chew that type of food. People who eat processed foods, it's easy to chomp and swallow. So it doesn't take any energy. No facial muscles are being worked. And that's why it's assimilated quicker. You get hungrier quicker, but it doesn't have to break it down to utilize it. So wholesome foods.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back from our break, I'm going to talk about supplements. What is good, what is not. What is wholesome, and what is not. Because everybody taking all kind of protein this and protein that, and vitamin this and all of that. But do you really need it, and is it really effective? So those are we're going to discuss right after this break. Hello to Facebook audience. Thank you so much for tuning in with us on the show. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask your questions, and we will ensure that Coach Paul answers them for you. All right. So anyone who may be having issues, or you may not even be having issues, you may want to know, okay, how do I calculate calories? How can I determine what foods are good for me, what isn't? How do there are certain ways that people, and I didn't even know this, that there are certain ways that you should exercise what is healthy for you, or what is safe for you, rather. That's the word I want to use, versus you just randomly just doing any and everything, and you might strain your muscle, or you might do something to injure yourself. So those are things I'm going to discuss too, especially with those who do in-home, they work out at home. Right. That's important to know too. So we'll discuss that too, when that time comes. That's not what you're saying.
I don't like the fitness topic.
No? That's us being honest, y'all. She said, child, I don't like the fitness topic.
I know all about it. I did it. I saw some results too. I just don't like working out. I mean, I do it when I feel like when I'm ready. And I used to go walking a whole lot too.
But why do you think that is? With how much minutes we have left? About a minute. Why do you think it's such an issue for people to
enjoy working out?
Not enjoying working out. You have some people who are obsessed with doing it, and then you have some people who just not interested because to me, I think it takes a lot of discipline.
Right.
But what are your thoughts?
They haven't found something fun they like to do continuously. So that, and find a fitness community that falls in line with that favorite thing they like to do. So I know a good friend of mine, he likes to play tennis, so he has a good amount of friends that he can go play tennis with. So that can, that's a habit that he can continue. Find something that you like to do that's active, and just continue doing it. And then all you have to do from there is add, you're eating properly. The weight's gonna come off, because the body you want is different than the body I want, and the body different than what she wants.
Your Lane with Coach Trish Hanna.
During our break, our producer Adasa said that she doesn't like exercising. She doesn't like the topic. This is not a good topic for her. It's not fun whatsoever. She's tried the walking and everything, but it just does not work. And in that, Coach Paul stated that hey, you have to find things that you like. And it doesn't make sense you just doing something just for doing it if you don't like what you're doing. And he also said that when you do find that, you look for a community of people who would want to go along with you, and I would say hold you accountable,
Exactly.
so that you would have that, that neighbor who knock on your door and say, come, let's go. You have someone to say, come, let's do it. But if it's tedious, obviously you're not going to do it. Like, you have to have some inspiration, right, Coach?
Yes. That is one thing I do with a lot of my training groups that I work out with, either at MAFIT or Empire. I try to foster a healthy environment, because we have different walks of life, different professionals, and they all have different levels of stress. And one thing I don't want them to do is stress out of working out. They come, they crack joke, and they talk about their day, and they share what their professional days are like, and we let it go. We work out hard, and we leave it in the gym, and then you also learn that person. Okay, how much this person can take physically,
the tolerance,
right? The tolerance level. You also learn what you can joke with them, or what you can't joke with them.
That's important,
right?
Yeah.
And so you basically build a fitness family.
Yeah.
And that's what I think you need to do when it comes to finding something that you like to do. Whether it's tennis, you have a lot of people who just start running.
Yeah.
We didn't have this many runners for like 5-8 years ago. Now everyone likes to run and walk. And so they found different clubs to run with. And then you have people who do pickleball, you have people who do beach volleyball, flag football. So there's different things that you can take on as your fitness regimen that doesn't have to necessarily be tied to the gym.
I love that. Let's talk about the protein powder.
Right.
How do you decide what to take from what not to take? The mass gainers and all those other brands and stuff.
So all those are tied to different goals that you have. Mass gainers are usually used by hard gainers. So those who want to add on weight, but at the same time, they find it really hard to eat all the time. So we would use that as a supplement, not as the mainstay within someone's meal plan. And so if the person's eating at least twice a day, they can they can drink 2 of those shakes a day, and they'll satisfy their caloric expenditure. Now you have protein shakes, which is majority protein. So it may have maybe 2 up to 6 grams of carbohydrates. And that's mainly for people who just want to build a muscle tissue or retain it and sustain it. And then you have the meal replacements that are the balance between the protein and the carbs for those who just want something quick on the go, but they don't want the excessive amount of calories and the sugars and the sodiums that is attached to the mass gainers.
So what are the pros and cons when choosing these things?
You have to find out what your food sensitivity is. A lot of people are very sensitive to milk-based products. And so mass gainers tend to have more of caseinic foundation to them. So what casein is the liquid part of the milk, and they powderize that. And what happens is when it hits the bottom of your stomach, it turns into a gel. And so it slowly is absorbed into the body. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, that's going to mess with your stomach. And you're going to have indigestion. You're going to have inflammation of the gut. And that's what we call gastrointestinal inflation. And anything that affects from your esophagus down to your exit is going to take precedence when it comes for your body to heal it. Right? And so you're trying to figure, I bloated and I still ain't seeing the muscles or the fat reduction, is because your body is focusing on the important organs first.
Wow. But your body be working, and I know that for a fact that your body works even when you are sleeping. So it fights off so many different things. And this is where you're saying with stress, no matter what you do, we put in stress on our bodies unnecessarily.
Right.
You got to do your homework. You just can't pick up something out the store and then say you're going to start taking it. So being mindful of people like yourself, a nutritionist, other coaches that can actually advise us on what to do and how to choose those different supplements, right? So what about certain things like, the tablets and pills and stuff? How would you recommend for people who want to lose weight? They try using things to try to flush themselves out.
So I think you meaning the colon cleansers.
Well, not really the colon
Okay.
cleansers, no. But you do have other supplements that people use and drinks and things that people use just to flush themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
belly flat,
So belly
belly
flat flush.
fat flush. Yeah.
Majority of the belly flat flushes are well, they're full of fiber and they're colon cleansers.
Okay.
And so a clean colon would allow the body to assimilate nutrients faster.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're backed up, then you have like this layer of fecal matter sitting between the colon itself and your food that you have just digested. And so some people get sick over time and they don't know why they're getting sick. They're eating healthy food. That's because your colon is not clean. However, if you're eating wholesome foods,
Mm-hmm.
oatmeal and broccoli and cauliflower, those things, they are fiber, and your body doesn't digest fiber. So it uses that to scrape the walls over and over and over until it's cleaned,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but if you're eating processed foods, they don't take much
Absorb
energy
in
to
the
break
body.
down, and your body absorbs it quickly,
Yeah.
and then it becomes matted over time. It does. Like your body sits like, okay, I'm just gonna hold on to this because the calories are good. It has flour in it. It has sodium in it. We're gonna just retain it. However, broccoli and cauliflower, your body like, I really like this being in here for too long, but it has your vitamins in it, your vitamin A, your vitamin K, some other zinc and magnesium, some minerals and some other stuff in it
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
helps with testosterone production, maintenance. This plethora of different things that broccoli and vegetables and wholesome foods carry
Mm-hmm.
that we don't get enough of.
Okay, somebody asked, what about super green powders? Why are they used?
Now, super green powders are used in replace of people who don't eat broccoli and cauliflower on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do recommend people to take that, especially first thing in the morning after they've done cardio, because as your body breaks down fat into fatty acids, sometimes it sits in your system and then it's
Thank you.
redistributed
Mm-hmm.
or restored. And
Mm-hmm.
so what that does with the green powders, they have psyllium husk, they have different forms of fiber in it that absorb that fat, and then you excrete the rest of that out. So it's a good weight loss product in that regard. But at the same time, it helps with your insulin sensitivity.
Mm.
Insulin sensitivity is not something everybody knows about. There's maybe a small fraction of trainers and nutritionists, doctors. But what happens is when you ingest carbohydrates, you release insulin into the bloodstream. The insulin tells the body, hey, this needs to go in this cell. And then after a while, when your insulin sensitivity becomes too high, that means your body starts responding to it.
Mm-hmm.
Those things continue to store. And so people start to put on weight.
Put on weight.
And that's body fat they're putting on. So certain cells, especially muscle cells, need to open up, take in the amino acids, the carbohydrates, which is now glycogen, and then close.
Oh, that's you writing all this down? The glycogen and the cysteine and the insulin and the them?
I remember the sister.
Right. Okay, good. Okay. So here are some someone says, I like how you talk about tolerance because that is one of the reasons why I have not joined a gym or got a personal trainer. I have not exercised in 15 years,
Wow.
so I don't want anyone to overwork me. That is stressful. I have to take it slow or I will quit. What are your thoughts on that?
So if she is hiring a personal trainer who doesn't take her through a conditioning phase, which is usually 2 weeks, I can understand that. Along with doing your conditioning phase, you learn how much cardio that person can do, at what level they can do that cardio at. You check their biomechanics in terms of how they sit, how they stand, how they walk. These are the small different uh, access points that trainers use to learn how to build a program for them. So 15 years is pretty long. I would say hire a certified personal trainer who is very knowledgeable and has some experience, not just any personal trainer. And I think what is happening too is we have a lot of personal trainers who are charging very small prices.
Mm.
And people say, oh, you can afford $10 or $15 a session, but you get what you pay for.
Ah.
So when you hear any of us who are charging $50 and up, we come with the experience, the knowledge, the know-how. We have the connections too, not just personal training, but physical therapists that you can go and see, chiropractors you can go and see. We also learn how to read data from a doctor. So if a doctor says, hey, you can't do any knee flexion, and why, we can read those notes and say, okay, this muscle is not supporting the knee joint properly, so we have to train this muscle in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll go about a different pathway of training the knee joint. And so over time, you're able to squat again.
Right.
But my biggest thing is, doctor told you not to squat. How did you get out of your bed this morning?
Yeah,
How did you
at
get
some
in your
point
car?
Yeah.
How did you get out the car? Right? And so you cannot stop just anything and everything the doctor says without questioning. Like,
Right.
why? How am I going to do this? Just give them a question.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I love that. Someone says, what about intermittent fasting?
I knew that was coming.
Big one.
Big
I knew that was
one.
coming. Okay, so what a lot of people misunderstand about intermittent fasting is, yes, you have a time to eat your meals, but you still have to satisfy the amount of calories your body needs to function in that time. You have a few people who will eat 1 or 2 meals. There's no way you could eat 1,500 calories in 2 meals unless you have a plate loaded. But are you functional for the rest of the day? Most likely not, because your insulin level is going to spike. And then you're going to have the lethargic feeling, like, oh, I can't do no more work.
What would we call that again?
Neuritis. Right? You get neuritis.
Uh-huh.
So you still have to satisfy what your body needs to function itself.
Mm-hmm.
And most individuals will need at least 1,300 calories. So you need to split that up based on the time that you have allowed to eat properly. So if you have 6 hours to eat and you have 1,300 calories to ingest within that time, you need to split that up. So it's not only satisfying, but you're going to meet that every day at the same time.
Would you recommend an app or something that we can use? Because I don't know if somebody can go walking about with a journal, throughout the day and at work or whatever have you. Is there some app that we can put on our phone to record calories?
MyFitnessPal is like one of the first and main ones. I always recommend that one.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of other ones, I really haven't researched any other ones, because I always send people to MyFitnessPal, because it not only helps you to track your meals and your calories, your macronutrients and micronutrients, but also if you don't have a nutritionist, it can kind of guide you if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to maintain weight, whatever your goals are, the app is able to do that for you. Right? I would still say go to someone else to kind of overlook it, because they have options in there that we don't have here in our region. And say, okay, you could interchange this with this. So if you have like things like artichoke that we don't really have here in abundance, you could always interchange it with something else. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, let's go back to motivation, because that's the problem. That's the reason why we have you on the show. How do we get motivated, and how do you recommend people staying motivated throughout their fitness journey, especially when faced with setbacks? For instance, as a mother, look at me and my excuses. Someone bring in the violin, right?
The world's tiniest violin.
You have so much to do. You gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta deal with the homework and all these other things. So what can we do to help inspire us to? Because I don't care how small, how thick you are, like me, right? You still have to exercise.
Yes.
So how do we keep that motivation?
My motivation tip will be start with God in the morning first. Love God first. Love yourself second. Love everybody else afterwards. If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. And love takes you maintaining your body, feeding your body, making sure your body is resting, right? Now, in terms of trying to put that into practical sense, not everybody is a 5 a.m., 4 o'clock in the morning kind of person.
Yeah.
However, there are times of the day where you are not doing anything. And people say, no, I work all day. There's no way you're working all day.
Mm-hmm.
Find the time. You have an hour lunch, maybe half an hour. Find the time to go and walk. Walk somewhere. They have new inventions where you have a hand bike. So if you're injured with your feet, you could sit at your desk and cycle with your hand.
Hold on, you making the suggestion, right, Coach?
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell y'all I had my 5 pound weight watching TV in the bed, y'all was laughing at me. I had already taken a bath, already in my pajamas, and I remembered that I did not exercise.
Trainers around the world.
That I didn't exercise.
Did you hear what she said?
So
She's in her bed
I say, Chloe, go
with
get
weights.
go get the weights for me. Let me just watch this little thing real quick. And I was doing this while I was watching it, and I did like 30, 40 of them. You know, no? Man, you're serious.
Where the camera?
Man, no.
It's a no for me.
Okay.
It's a no.
I tried.
Come on to bed.
I-
She on bed.
So that's
She in her
why-
comfort.
That's why I said, let me just do something so I don't feel bad. I want to say, at least I did that today. I worked on my arms today, and that's what I did. No?
You need at least 30 minutes of physical activity. Yeah, you need to build up some metabolism, some temperature. That's when your metabolism is your temperature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want to build up your core temperature before you go to sleep. You sweat. Can't be in the morning. Can't
Listen,
sweat.
Let me tell you something. The people on Facebook say, Trish, every bit count. They rooting for me. I'm telling you. It counts for something. I'm telling you.
All right.
I know I felt a little something after I
felt a
do
little
them little
something.
30 because my arm was burning. I said, that's enough for me. That's it right there. You know? But seriously, whatever it is, we should put in something, right?
Yes.
Something should be done.
30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. If you cannot get all of your time within the day, you should set a weekly goal of amount of steps you take in. You know, some people can take in 6,000 steps a day. Some people can't. So you just split that up throughout the week. At least at the end of the week, you have taken 6,000 steps. That's 6,000 steps of activity. But not doing anything is not going to help you get to your fitness goal.
Absolutely.
So in terms of staying motivated, like I say, get up, talk to God, get yourself in order. That's a time too, if before everybody is up in the house, to meal prep. You know, people say, I don't have time to meal prep. You have days off. Meal prep. You have time that you're not doing anything, meal prep. Rather than scrolling through Facebook and Instagram or watching Netflix, you can listen to those things while you're meal prepping.
Yeah.
You know, and unless you're watching like a war movie like 300 and you won't miss the action, it's a different story. However, people just need to find what motivates them to continue meal prepping, continue walking. Whether it's you buy a dress that's smaller than what you say you want to get into, this is my goal. And
Put it
every
up
day
there.
you open up your closet, you see that goal in front of you.
Yes.
Right? You take a picture of that dress, put it on the fridge.
Right next to that cheesecake. Oh,
Yeah.
that's all.
So you open the fridge, you know what? I can't eat this cheesecake. But I always ask my clients, if you know you can't eat something, why are you going to buy it?
No, but hold on. I'm now what you're saying is a little bit contradicting to the nutritionist that I had on the show last year, right? In that you can purchase those things if you have, first of all, if you have discipline, because some people don't, and you can eat it in moderation.
Right.
So you can have little pieces to, like you said, treat yourself.
Right.
Right. But that's only for people who have the discipline to do that.
Right.
So, and then I also was told, and of course you can let me know, but this is what she said to me. When you are making a meat, when you have something on the plate, let's remember what she said, something about the clock. Portion it in like quarters, right? And then you have more greens than you would have the meat and the carbohydrates or whatever.
Right. So you'll have half the plate with just greens, and then your carbs and your proteins would take up the next 2 quarters.
So what tell me what the importance of, what is the importance of, find out what the phone call is about, please. So that's the importance of meal planning. Because if somebody has a question, DZ, if someone has a question and they want to go on live, you could do that. I really wasn't trying to get call-ins today, but if they want to call in and they want to say something on the show, they could do that. That's fine. No, but they could talk on if they want to talk now. They may have a question. You know how to do it. So what you could do is put it to the mic then, so they can hear what they want to say. Can you able to take a call in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I normally don't do call-ins, but the person probably really want to say something. All right. So while we wait on that, what's your thoughts on the apple cider vinegar with the mother shots everyone is doing? You know anything about that? Yes. I'm not
Yes.
aware of that. What is that? Tell us about that.
Now, apple cider vinegar is a home remedy that's been around for thousands of years,
Mhm.
and people been using it to help with weight loss.
Mhm.
It's not only a weight loss home remedy. It helps to build your immune system. It helps to bring your alkalinity, your
Mhm.
pH balance back to alkalinity. It helps with your skin tone.
Mhm.
It cleans the hair follicles. There's so many different things that people use apple cider vinegar. But in regards to fitness, it helps the body to regulate blood sugar.
Mhm. So it's something that you would recommend.
Yes.
So this is the apple cider vinegar that you get out the store,
Yes.
and you just take a shot of it.
Now, I won't take a shot straight out of the bottle.
How do you drink it?
So I take 2 tablespoons and I mix it with 16 ounces of water to dilute it a little bit,
Right.
because it is acidic in nature.
Right.
And if you continue taking it straight up, you can mess up the enamel of your teeth, you can mess
Ooh,
up the
because
lining of your
acid.
esophagus.
Yeah.
So you would dilute it and drink it throughout the day. I would say after you've had a carbohydrate heavy meal,
Mhm.
it's good to drink that.
Do you do it?
Yes.
How often should you do it?
Right.
I'm trying to ask
Yes,
as many
right.
questions as possible for Jane so that she would know what to do. So no, so tell me. So how many times you do it, and can you give me the measurement again? So that we
Okay,
can-
so it's 2 tablespoons first thing in the morning with at least 16 ounces of water,
Mhm.
and that you'll start your day. Even with that, after I've ingested that, I'll go and do my cardiovascular exercise,
Mhm.
because if we remember, this is what we do to take the skin off a chicken. If
Right.
we're boiling a chicken, we put apple cider vinegar in the water, and as the chicken boils, the skin and the fat is lifted off. And so the same thing happens when you ingest it in your body. Your internal temperature increases, and that helps to break down the fat molecules.
Okay. Let's take this call real quick. Good evening, caller. Welcome to your Lane Talk Show. How may I help?
No, that's for you to hear. You gotta use the speaker.
Okay.
No?
Yeah. Okay. Give me the headphones. Huh? I asked all of y'all already. Adasa, can you hear what they're saying?
You gotta hear me. If you say it, you gotta hear me.
Let me let you hear. Let him speak what he's saying, please. So this is the gentleman. I could hear him. Yes, I can hear him.
Repeat the question again, please.
This Mel
Mhm.
is one of my clients.
Okay.
Just giving a shout out. Yeah, I can hear you. Dave is up. Thanks, man. All right. Thanks, Mel.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Who's just a shout out?
So thanks, Mal, for calling in. And like I said, we weren't really taking call-in, so I'm sorry we weren't really prepared
No, that's
for
fine.
that today. All right, so let's go on. Someone says, okay, so we did the apple cider thing. So you gave the measurements
Right.
and you did it every day.
Yes.
Every day.
Every day.
So ensuring that you have to dilute it. If not, it will mess up your esophagus and your the teeth. Okay, that's amazing. And can you once again share what are the benefits of using that, other than
the shedding of body fat.
Right.
Balancing out your pH balance, bringing you back to alkalinity and acidity. Okay, once your body becomes alkaline, your body starts the healing process. Now, as we eat foods throughout the day, the alkalinity comes back to neutral, and as you continue eating things like meats and sugars, that starts to go into the acidic nature, and then the body starts to break itself down. that state is also called inflammation. And so when you hear people say, "Oh, you're battling a lot of inflammation," they try to give you foods that bring you back to neutral and the alkaline state, so your body heals itself.
Can you dilute it with anything else, like 100% cranberry juice or apple juice? No, because apple juice is already
I
acidic.
won't do that because you
Yeah.
can destroy the properties of the apple
Okay.
cider vinegar.
I'm just afraid of that taste, man.
The only thing you probably can add is probably lemon, like real lemon juice.
But wouldn't that be acid on acid?
Lemon is acidic. In taste,
Right.
but it's also an alkaline fruit.
Okay, so you can blend that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Jane, I hope we were able to answer that. All right. Coach, you're doing well, man. How much more minutes we have before our next break, DZ? 1 minute. All right. So real quick, someone asked, should we drink once in the morning and once before bed, or only after heavy meals?
Only after heavy meals and first thing in the morning.
Okay. Good. So let me ask real quick before we take this break. Consistency is key in maintaining fitness progress. Of course, we know that. We've been talking about that. What are your top strategies for building and maintaining a consistent workout routine? So we're going to start with that just before we go on our break, and then we'll probably continue.
Okay. So in order for you to have a consistent workout regimen, you need to have a regimen to begin with. You know, we have a lot of people who walk in the gym and they say, I'm going to work legs, but they don't have an idea which machine to go to first, how many sets, how many reps, how much resistance they're going to use. They jump across the gym. They don't have any structure to their routine. So having structure will help them to get through their routines faster, staying motivated, and being in and out. Being actually that structured will get you in and out the gym quickly. So those who have busy lives, you in and out the gym. Sometimes I arrive to the gym with my crew of maybe 7 to 8 people. I'm out the gym before some people who we met to the gym. I'm like, what y'all doing? There's no structure to the workout.
So what about just going? So someone you would honestly recommend someone who might say, okay, well, my New Year's resolution is to start the gym. And when I go to the gym, I'm just going to sign up and I'm just go right ahead and they just go and do stuff. Versus someone say, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have a trainer.
Right.
Now, what's the difference between having, you already stated, but just let's be more specific because we're supposed that may be not be in a person's budget.
Right. So you have some trainers who will also give you a program that is cheaper than hiring the personal trainer per hour. You also have YouTube University.
Right.
YouTube University, TikTok University, Instagram University that you can go to. You have people who are very knowledgeable on what they're doing, and you can kind of get routines from that as well.
Okay. So you would have that routine. Hopefully you remember it or take your phone with you. And so you say, okay, well, we're working on this for my glutes today. So let me just do some steps or let me just do some squats or whatever.
Whatever the program calls for.
Because we're supposed to talk about how to properly exercise, especially if you're in the gym and you don't have a trainer. And then when you're at home and you want to do some at-home workouts and how to do it efficiently without endangering yourself. But let's just take a break and then we'll go into those strategies. Yeah, so I saw that. Thank you so much for asking that question. I'm sorry for overlooking that. So we're going to talk about the keto as well. So before we get into that, let's get the keto because they did ask and I saw it, but we were ready on something else.
Yeah.
All right, so say Trish, you strong man. You can master that shot. Man, I know that. Listen, I'm sad. Like my mom used to try give me Sorosy and thing. I used to run out the house, run around the yard because I wasn't taking no Sorosy, no medicine. I don't care. I'm not a medicine. Anything that does not. You know what I do? Take that. The things like celery, which is weird to me. I'll eat celery by itself. Some people can't stand the taste of that. And just a raw celery. I don't need no peanut butter. I don't need no ranch. I just eat it just like that. Right. Some people don't like oatmeal, like when you do the overnight oatmeal and stuff, they don't like the taste. I put oatmeal in my protein shakes and I drink it like that, even though, so it's kind of weird depending on the person's palate and what they're able to take and whatnot. I don't like things too greeny. So it could be like I have to really make sure that it's blended properly before I actually drink it or intake it.
Drink it quickly then.
Quickly.
Yes.
And so and then things that are bitter. I don't like that either. So this apple cider thing that don't sound too wholesome.
It isn't bitter though.
What is it then? It just have a
It
weird
is of
taste.
a-
Because
what
I
you
think
taste
and I
is what you
drink in
smell
water.
You smell like apple cider vinegar has a particular scent, and that's what you're
You had it
tasting.
before?
Many times.
For sure?
Yeah. Just got to make sure to drink it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fasting. Yeah,
with a straw.
Yeah,
Because it
someone
can
said that they
damage your
drink it with
enamel.
straw.
Right.
Like it
Yeah.
damages things in your mouth. But then once you drink it, rinse your mouth out.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait before you brush your teeth.
Okay.
Protect your teeth.
Okay. So we gotta make sure I cover this keto diet, which
I'm
is
so glad they
important.
asked that.
What?
The intermittent fasting, one was yes, I like that. The keto too, because people use keto as a long term diet plan. It's not supposed to be.
So it tastes like kung salad.
What
Yeah,
is like
I'm
on
stop.
salad?
The
Apple cider
apple
vinegar? What?
Okay, we're going back on right now. I didn't even know that phone was still working. Child blues. Welcome back. On our break, we were talking about how we're gonna take this apple cider vinegar because the song "Good, Good, Good," and I'm the only one in this studio right now who does not and has never heard of it and has never had it. So I can go, no, I've never had it
Wow.
and I've never heard of it. So
Yeah.
the what?
Fries.
Bragg's brand.
Yes.
Okay, because that was my other question. Of what brand should I get? So of course I'm gonna go and do that tomorrow. That's when I'm gonna start it, and I'm gonna use the straw as recommended so that it doesn't damage my enamel, or
Mhm.
and then use the 8 ounces of water,
Yes.
All
8 to
right.
16
8 to 16 ounces of water, and 3 teaspoons
of what?
apple
Two-
cider.
two
Two teaspoons.
Mhm.
All right, so it's either 8 or 16 because you can't have 8 or 16. Which one is it? 8 or 16?
Based on if you can acquire the taste.
Okay,
if you can
so that's
manage the
16
taste.
for me.
Yeah.
16 ounces for me. All right, so let's get to the question. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on keto diet?
Keto is a transitional meal plan. And when I say transitional, if you're a person who was on a low carb Atkins diet for so long and you've now hit a plateau where you're not losing any more weight or body fat, you utilize the keto diet to encourage your body to use fat as energy now. So you're maintaining the muscle tissue through the meat and encouraging your body to use fat as energy through the increase of fat intake. And then after about 2 or 3 weeks, we put you back onto low carb. Because now your body's already back to regulating and using fat for energy. So as you go from week 1 to week 3 of going back on a low carb diet, your body continues to tap into your fat storage because now it's already encouraged to do so. But another way that you can do that while you're on a keto diet, not a keto diet, sorry, on an Atkins diet or low carb diet, is to continue putting in nuts. Things like almonds and cashews and peanuts, you put them in every so often. You won't have to go into a keto diet because you're already still giving your body fat for energy. You're still giving your body low glycemic sources of carbohydrates, which is your brown rice, your orange sweet potato, your oatmeal. Those things have a very low reaction to spiking your blood sugars. And so once you continue to ingest those along with your nuts, then you will continually lose weight.
Okay, I got it. Now that we got that, because I really want to focus on how to exercise properly, how to do so without harming your body. Let's talk about home-based first. Let's talk about trying to, for those who may have little barbells at home, like what is the right way to do it? What is the wrong way to do it?
That's a very difficult question to answer on the radio because number one, you want to find maybe an app or a YouTube video that will explain which joint should be moving first, which muscle you should be activating, and not a lot of people are coordinated.
Right.
So I may tell someone to keep their chest up, their back flat, drop their hips to do a squat, and they think they're doing it, but they're not doing it at all.
Okay. Do me a favor. Well, I putting you on the spot here. Show me the proper way to do a squat. Make sure he's on live on the make sure the camera can see.
Front of the door.
Push your
Show me, because that's what me and Adessa need now.
Right.
We want to do squats. So show us, please, sir.
So I'm
the
gonna show you
proper
what
way.
people do. The wrong thing is
Okay.
they bend their knees first.
Right. So it's
Right?
not that.
It's not this.
Uh-huh.
In order for you to squat and effectively use your glutes, you have to move this hip joint first. The hip goes back first, my knees automatically bend afterwards.
And that's how you should be recording. And that's sitting here trying to take notes. And that's a record so we
Right?
can watch it later. All right. Go
Next
ahead.
thing, when I say chest is up, people do this
Right.
while they're squatting, right?
No, that's not how you do it.
Chest up. So hips lead, knees bend, chest is up, get into a nice low position, and you come back.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this.
Hold on, let me make sure that
So hold on. What you do?
So-
Hold on. This is what you don't do. You
Right.
don't just.
You don't
do like
bend. You
so.
don't just bend your knees.
Yeah.
So hips are back.
That's
First.
back. Uh-huh.
So you may come away from the door a little bit.
Okay.
Turn your toes forward.
Forward.
Hips are back first,
Uh-huh.
and then you squat.
Like
Down,
so.
down. Good, good.
Now hold on. How far
And
you
you
trying to
come
cross me to go, sir?
Good.
What you trying to do?
What you doing on your
So, hold on,
own?
so I'm gonna have my weights in my hand, right? And then
Bring the weights closer to your
Close
body,
to the body.
right?
and
And
down
squat.
like that.
Yes.
And then so
Do not squat in Crocs.
no. What's wrong with squatting in
Because
Crocs?
Crocs don't have a firm foundation
So,
to
but,
them.
but if I'm home, I'm not wearing tennis either.
Flat foot is fine because you
Okay.
have the ground that's firm.
Right.
But you're using Crocs,
Right.
they're going to move as you squat.
You
Okay.
can stay thick.
I have to be thick.
You can stay
So-
thick if you're in the Bronx.
Okay, so Charlie, I took these Crocs off. So,
Toes forward,
feet,
chest
toes
is up,
forward. Uh-huh.
hips back 1st
Mhm.
and then sit. Right?
Like that.
Down, and then you come up.
and how many of these I need to do to make sure my glutes good?
15, 20.
15 a day?
Yeah, no, a day
I mean-
per set. Per set.
Okay, what next? All right.
She got me died already.
All right, let's go. Let's go. So let's continue on here. I out of breath. Let me some water. I
You
can't
want a
breathe.
breath? We only do 3 squats.
Take me on break. I'm kidding. All right. So for those with busy schedules, I think we discussed this a little, but let's see how we could find time for workouts. We know that could be challenging. As Coach Paul had stated, even if you are home, find time to do something. They do have equipment where, as he stated, that you can actually do little leg things or whatever have you while you at your
hand
desk.
cycle. You could do them. Yeah, they have little feet cycle bikes too that you could put underneath your desk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the bare minimum. If you can't move from your desk,
Mm-hmm.
you have
You have a
those
problem.
things that you could order from Amazon.
Mm-hmm. So what else can be done at home other than, of course, squats? But what else can be done properly at home to help? And then we're going to talk about going to the gym. So let's continue with
A
the
lot of
home.
people can't do push-ups, so I won't even try.
Oh, we ain't doing that
demonstrate
today, sir. Tell the truth and show the devil. We ain't doing no push-ups today. But there's a proper way to do push-ups?
Yes. There
What about
is.
sit-ups?
Now, based on the person's lower back integrity, I don't recommend doing sit-ups because your
Mhm.
lumbar region is pushing against the floor, a hard floor. And if your lower back is not strong or doesn't have enough muscle tissue, that's no cushion against the ground itself. So I recommend just doing crunches. And the difference between a crunch and a sit-up is the crunch, you're only lifting your shoulder blades off the ground, but you're flexing the spine or bending at the waist. So your rib cage shortens the distance between itself and the pelvis. Whereas a sit-up, you're taking your whole upper body off the ground
Mhm.
to meet your knees or your thighs, and then you're going back down. Another reason why I would recommend crunches, some people don't know how to shut off certain areas of their legs in order to do a proper sit-up.
Mhm.
And so it takes time for all that to happen.
Coach Paul, you have people on Facebook trying to do squats. You showing us how to do it. They say, Charlie, you should see me trying to do one squat. That's funny. So I've heard that you have to be mindful also with the type of, I don't know how true this is, but mindful of the type of tennis that you use, especially when you're walking, like walking on pavements and walking on the road can damage the knee muscle. So, I mean, the knee bone or something to that
Mhm.
extent. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, we all go to Sports Center or back in the day in Sports Locker or wherever, and we look for the shoes that appeal to our eyes. Oh yeah, I like them, but are they functional for the activity that you're going to partake in? You can't be walking the streets in K-Swiss. You can't be walking the streets in Air Forces. You know, Air Forces are really made for basketball court hard surfaces. They don't really flex or support the arch of your foot as often as running shoes. And then you have cross trainers that helps with multiple things that you're going to do. However, even them, you can't weight train them often because weight training will actually push the insides of those shoes down to the ground over time, and then the arch of your foot starts to get damaged as well.
So when you go in to purchase tennis to exercise, and what are you asking for?
First of all, the person in the store should ask you what type of exercise are you going to partake in, so they can now lead you to the right area of those tennis shoes.
Right,
So
like the regular, and you go and walk in, or
okay, then they'll take you to the now. See,
that's different.
Different.
So you gotta have a tennis shoes for every.
Yes.
Who doing that?
Because you have some people who buy tennis shoes. They go out in them casually,
yes.
And then they use those same shoes to kind of go to the gym sometimes or play basketball in them. These tennis shoes are not that versatile in function.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you have ankle support for basketball, tennis.
Yeah.
You roll your ankle. You also need some good tennis shoes to play tennis that supports the ankle. Because as you step in linear or lateral movements, you don't want to twist the ankle too. Walking hard surfaces or running hard surfaces will require more cushion on the inside or the forefoot.
So what type of tennis shoes will we get for outdoor fitness?
Cross trainers will be good ones, or running tennis. And so they have more padding on the inside of the tennis, and they form to the person's foot. Now, Nike, Adidas, and Puma, they all have their set molds to different types of people's feet. So I like Adidas or New Balance in terms of running tennis. And when it comes to cross trainers, I use Nike.
Okay.
Or basketball tennis and Nike because they have a better foot plate to them.
Wow, I didn't even know this thing come with a science. I mean, it's down to the T, the type of tennis. Jesus, serious. All right, so let's talk about how to exercise at the gym, providing that you don't have a trainer. What should you or should not do?
What you shouldn't do is try to use all the weights on the machine. Like the first time you're using the machine, read the machine. Like people sit in the machine and they just try to move the part and didn't read the instructions on the machine. Every machine has instructions on it from number 1 to 4, how to select the weight, how to adjust the foot pad or the arm attachment for proper use, how to adjust the seat to make sure you're at the right height, and then you will go through the range of motion. Machines are safer because they put you in the proper range of motion, the proper technique anyway. However, machines were designed for people like 5, 6 and up. The people like me, I'll put that to the top and it will still feel odd because people are 5, 6, they have different arm lengths, they have different femur lengths. And so you have to kind of adjust yourself from machine to machine. And then on top of that, let's say you get used to the machines at MacFit and you go away to a Crunch Fitness. Those machines are slightly different.
Now, don't call no other names, Tony, because my children swim at MacFit. I can allow you to call their names, but don't call no other gym name, please, on this show.
That's right. But Crunch Fitness is in the States.
Yeah, we go in there. All right. Shout outs to MacFit. Go ahead.
So, yeah, you go to Crunch Fitness and you'd say, well, at MacFit, I use about 30 pounds on the chest press. And then you go to Crunch and you realize that 30 pounds feels different. That's because those machines are designed different. They're going to feel different. So always, when you go into a new environment on new machines, always test them out first and then add intensity. And all intensity means is the amount of weight you use.
Okay. See, Tessa says she didn't know. See why I love the show so much? I love the show because you get knowledge. You have to get knowledge. You have no other choice but to get knowledge here. Plateaus are common concern for people working towards fitness goals. How can individuals overcome plateaus and continue progressing in their journey?
So remember, we discussed journalizing. I know it's a daunting task, especially I saw a comment in terms of the meal prepping and journalizing everything. However, when it comes to your fitness regimen, you should be journalizing that because you don't want to be using the same routine from 1987 to now.
Especially if it's not working.
Right. No, it'll work, but your body gets accustomed or adapted to that routine and it slowly regresses from that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't use the same weight, you can't use the same exercises and routines continuously unless, and this is what I do within my group, you change the rep ranges, you change the intensity, you change the rest periods. And so even though it's the same routine, the rep range is going to challenge a different type of muscle fibers.
Mhm.
Those muscle fibers are not going to demand a certain energy system. That energy system is going to produce a different type of broken down toxin. And so all those things cause the body to go through another lap of trying to adapt to the routine,
Mhm.
tricking the body. Now, when you go into another week, you change the rep range, you change the amount of weight you use. And so the same thing happens over and over. And so I have a consistent cycle of changing sets, reps, and intensity that keeps people going from hitting the plateau to overseeing results.
Wow, I love that. So let's talk to the moms. I know we went there before, but we just like, for instance, most mothers have an issue with like belly fat. Just to get that baby fat out the way. What is something that we can do at home to help with that? Do you just recommend sit-ups, or are there other things, other
Belly fat
exercises that
is
can be
taken
done?
off through proper eating.
Just eating? Like
Yes.
what type of exercising? Because
So based on muscle anatomy, if you look at the stomach wall, it's a very thin layer of muscle. So no matter how hard you train that, and they come closer, no matter how hard you train the stomach muscles, you're not going to burn enough calories to burn the fat around your stomach. So here's an analogy I give to all my clients, but my first time clients is your body's like a frying pan. If you pour oil in a hot frying pan, the middle of the frying pan doesn't disintegrate first, It's the outside of the oil that you poured in. And so over time, yes, the middle of the pan is disintegrating too, but you still have that present. And so your body is like a frying pan. When people start to lose weight, you start seeing their face come down first.
Yeah, that's my first
Their
thing.
arms, and then over time, long enough, then you start seeing a decrease around the midsection or the hips. But even so, people always say, man, I'm trying to get this up, but you're losing weight. You can see it in your face. You can see it in your hands. So you have to continuously use things like your clothing, also how much activity you're able to withstand now. There are just different variables that your body will take on. Or you're hungrier more often now. That's a sign of a good metabolism. It means your body's burning more calories at hourly rate. You're drinking more water, which means your body needs to release more toxins. Your sleep quality has increased. So you go to sleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock, you're up 5 o'clock in the morning without the alarm. I'm running out because some people still need the alarm, right? and how much stress you're able to take on. And then another good healthy habit that a lot of people miss out on is learning how to pick on what is stressing you out and remove yourself from the environment. If you're always stressed and you never pinpointed where it's coming from, you sit in it. You'd be like a frog in boiling water. People sit in environments long enough until they're boiled out. But training allows you to withstand that stress for a longer period of time and then realize, hey, this environment's changing. Let me get out of this environment.
Let's go there. Let's talk about mental health just for 2 seconds. I want to know, do you think that mental health play a role in achieving and maintaining physical fitness? And do you have any stress management practices to recommend?
Weight training, self-defense classes, boxing classes, all of them are different forms of stress relieving. And not only that, but they help you to learn how to defend yourself and defend your body from other things too. Other than that, mental health has been something we speak about in this country and around the world a lot. But a lot of people don't know how to expend that energy.
Come on.
And so that's what weight training and self-defense classes are for, to expend that energy. And like I was sharing with Odessa, you find something fun to do. That's another way that you're releasing that stress.
Yeah.
You're enjoying something. If you're not enjoying something, that means you're stressing about something else.
Yeah.
Right? So one good key thing to take away from it all is find something to enjoy and do that continuously.
I love that. And that would help with the mental stress
Yes.
and all of that stuff. Hey, Odessa says she need that, but let's see, because we gonna make sure she's her. I'm gonna be her accountability partner because she says
Tennis.
she's gonna start, and we're gonna see she likes tennis. Good. We're gonna make sure that she has tennis. No excuse to do tennis. All right. Someone is sending something to me. Okay. Someone is sending something. I will read that in a minute. All right. So no excuse for that. I want to know. Oh, there's a question real quick right here. It says, what are your thoughts on waist trainers? And then we're gonna close out so that people can know. This is our last question, man, so we can get to know how people can reach you and all of that other stuff.
Waist trainers. A few of you have on rings in here, right? When you put on a ring, and you hold that ring on that finger for so long, you take it off. What happens to the area where the ring was?
It leaves like
It
this
leaves an indentation.
in the thing.
What happens when you leave that ring off a long time? The indentation disappears.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing with your waist trainer. People say, "Oh, I use a waist trainer, move the fat from around your belly." Your body's smart, smarter than you think. Don't think God made your body to last forever.
Mm-hmm.
So your body say, "Well, this is uncomfortable. I'm gonna move the fat from here so we don't die." And put it around the hips and thighs. And some women want that. But however, they don't continuously do that along with weight training and resistance training, cardiovascular training, eating better. And so over time, they start to lose that same silhouette that they try to build with the waist trainer.
Mm-hmm.
The other practical way that people use waist trainers is to encourage themselves with better posture, keeping their chest up all the time, breathing from their diaphragm rather from their stomach. But you can do that while you're in the gym. You have to actively do it. You have to consciously, as you walk from place to place, holding your stomach, pulling your stomach into your belly button into your back, really. So there are two muscles that, well, if you count your obliques, 4 muscles in your core to the front. And a lot of people think that crunching all the time is going to help decrease the size or decrease the circumference of your waist. That's not what your abdominals are for. Your abdominals are to support the spine from the front, right? So you have another set of muscles that lie underneath your core or your abdominals that are called your transverse muscles. So what people's like, what are those? Anytime you put on a belt and you have to pull your stomach in to put that belt on, that's the muscle you're using.
Oh, child, that's like me when I'm taking pictures and I gotta pull in my stomach so that I can make. So I need to do a couple of that. Yeah, go ahead.
So just doing that as you walk day by day will help to decrease the circumference of your waist, because now you're training that muscle to stay tight. That's your body's belt, really.
Hold on, I was joking around while I was saying that, but you're saying that daily you can just do those type of exercises.
Like I'm doing it now
to help.
And then
this is something you can do at your desk.
Yes.
Let's talk about some other stuff that you can do at your desk, because we need this. This is people like Odessa who sit in her desk and say she ain't going to go walking and she ain't doing nothing no more. So while Odessa is typing out and trying to calculate numbers,
right,
she can
pull in that stomach as hard as you can.
Show us how to do it. Better camera. Let us see what to do, please.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, Odessa is single, eyes straight. Let me turn my head to the side. Do it that people see it.
Anyway.
No.
So you're going to be sitting at your desk.
Yes.
And then you can still see. And as you're sitting at your desk, you want to pull your stomach in as much as you can and hold it for like at least 20 seconds while you're breathing.
Right.
You're
just like Kegel exercises.
And then do it again. Pull it in as much as you can. Pull. Same thing as you walking through the day.
And how many times you do this?
You do it until you get used to it. Until it becomes, second nature, just to hold your stomach in.
Right.
There's a lot of people, they walk around with their belly hanging out to the front.
Yeah.
And that's why they have like this lean back.
Poor posture.
Right. But if you stand chest up, pull the stomach in, you're walking around like a rooster.
Yeah. Proud chest.
Proud
Chest up.
chicken. Like, why are you walking biggity?
Mhm.
Or why are you walking like you so full of yourself? Like, no,
Mhm.
this is how the muscles pull the skeleton back now.
That's
Snatch
how
it
I'm
up.
sitting, honey. This is how you sit. This is how you sit. Okay. So I'm sitting like this from now on. No longer will I be slouching at my desk. I'm good. And then
Pull
you
your
do a few
stomach
of
in.
these, and these are nice exercises that you can do to help with your
Yes.
stomach muscles. I love that. Coach, you've been just phenomenal. You've been phenomenal. I want you to share with us how people can reach you, because there are some people who may want to have a personal trainer. You know, they want to, even if they just to find out what your rates look like.
Right.
You know, and then like you said before, it may not be in the budget to have a personal trainer, but he also provides programs, so you can actually purchase a program
Right.
to make sure that you're on the right track, and then probably check in with him every so often, you know, to keep you going. But let's
Right.
hear how to get you and what all the other services that you provide.
Okay, so if you want to contact me, I am on Instagram at Paul Wilson International. Same thing as Facebook, Paul Wilson International. My email is pewilson83@gmail.com. My cell phone number 466-4314.
Odessa,
WhatsApp.
writing that quick. Look at Odessa writing. Odessa, I can set y'all up when we finish. Wait. All right.
So yes, they are my contacts. You can feel free to shoot me a message.
Odessa, repeat the number.
466. Is she really writing it down? No,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
not writing
do
it
too.
down.
Yeah, she's gonna put this.
I put it up on
She
the
gonna put it on the chat.
Oh, 466-4314.
Now, y'all are calling if y'all are serious, okay? There's a single Christian man. He ain't on y'all run. He done say at the beginning of the show he ain't find no sensible woman yet. Now, if you sensible and you're a Christian, nice woman who into nutrition, because you can't be flabby and lazy and expect to have a nutritionist and a coach as your boyfriend, because it don't work like that, right? Right. And if you better know how to cook nutritious meals too, all right? Because you can't
You
cover
can
no
have some fun meals in there.
fun
I
meals.
like food too.
You like food too.
Yeah, I like food
But
too.
the small portions.
Yeah, of
You was
course.
trying to sell them? No, let me stop. No, Coach Paul is an awesome person. I've known him for how much years now? I've known him because he used to coach my children
Yes.
at their school, and phenomenal, wonderful work ethics, honestly, which is another reason why I decided, because I actually posted on my Facebook, hey, I need someone who can talk about this and talk about that, and there were numerous of suggestions, but it was Shakira Davis, my one good neighbor, who said, go ahead. I said, forget but Coach Paul, you know, and then I went on his Facebook account and I realized that, hey, he's actually suggesting and doing programs that basically is exactly what I want to be shared on the show.
Yeah.
So he provides free information, all right, free consultation. Huh? The comment. You better be fit too. That's right. You better be fit, because you can't come half stopping. You can't come half stopping. You gotta be fit. There's another one. Hold on, you moved it.
It's right now.
Oh, that's to show yourself for Paul mother to see. Oh, that's to let Paul mother see you, please. Paul mother, my wonderful lady. Let me tell you something, but that's to show your face. She's a nice, that's a nice Christian woman too now, mom. She's a nice Christian woman. Now she doesn't say she ain't into exercise, but that's how, because you know you can never have someone who compatible.
No.
You make it work. So
Yeah.
that's what Coach Paul is here for Odessa. So they go running together and they train together, and that's how they get to love each other. That's how it starts, right? Okay, good. Let me stop. Lord, Paul, mother, I am so sorry. So sorry.
Let me see this comment.
So sorry. All right, so we are gonna close that. Y'all got the information about Coach Paul, how to reach him. Did you say what all you do? You want to talk about some of your programs and
Okay, so I'm a bodybuilding specialist as well. In terms of designing routines, like I mentioned before, bodybuilding is not just competitive; it's a lifestyle.
yeah.
And so, if you are a person who wants only their legs and their glutes to grow, I could design a program for that. If you want to get better within a certain sport, I do sport-specific training programs as well. I do various meal plans, whether it's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And people always ask, well, what's the difference? Basic is just giving you a grocery list and say, okay, go to the grocery store, buy these foods, Intermediate would be a little bit more, okay, go get those foods, measure to this. And advanced would be supplements that go along with that. Okay. Timing of everything. And that's one thing I didn't speak on. Foods that you ingest during certain times of the day do also affect your fitness goals.
Wow.
So certain people who eat rice at night, that's a no-no because it doesn't allow your body
Rest on
time
it.
to burn that back off. And so your body says, hey, I'm going to store this because I didn't get to burn it off. However, if you go towards the more cruciferous vegetables, fiber, then your body doesn't want to store them or utilize them to move the proteins, which is usually the steak and the chicken throughout the night, throughout your system slowly. So your body can really be fed while you sleep. And then in the morning, you'll do things that quickly get into your system, things like eggs. Some people use grits, but I don't really like grits, but you could use cream of rice instead. You could use I know it doesn't look at me like cream of rice. It's there on the food store shelf, it sits right next to the cream of wheat. It sits right next to the cream of wheat. It's called cream of rice. You could have rice in the morning. People look at me like, what? How are you eating chicken and rice first thing in the morning? Your body does not care. Your body wants macronutrients to come in to fuel itself for the day.
Right.
So if you decide you're gonna have that steak first thing in the morning, Denny's have steak and eggs in the morning.
Steak and eggs.
IHOP does the same thing. So it's in that mindset that if you're eating properly and you're eating your foods at the right times, your breakfast should be the heaviest, your lunch should be somewhat heavy, and your dinner should be light.
Oh, we can talk about that. Let me wrap up the show here, and then we're going to stay on Facebook with those who want to stay on Facebook or join us on Facebook. We're going to talk a little bit about the timing. I never knew that. All right. So if you need coaching in any area of your life, including premarital coaching, knowing how to restore your marriage, how to stand for your marriage, even when you feel abandoned, on how to build a relationship, please go to my website. I also help with premarital coaching as well for those who may plan or who are planning to get married this year, and you don't just jump into it because you really want to know, what this person, what their values are, how many children they want to have, what are their family history like, what is their religious status, etc. These are things, deeper questions, but I'm just really surfacing right now the questions that we usually ask, and we do something to help them, a little quiz or survey that they are able to do, and then we discuss this, like literally discuss it, discuss the answers together, and it builds for conversation, just to determine whether or not you feel as if this person is the right one. Because I can tell you, if we had the proper premarital counseling that we have now, that people are doing now, back then there have been, I think, lots of marriages that would have still been sustained to this day. All right. Because a lot of questions were not being asked prior to saying I do. So I help with that. So, of course, you can go to my website, www.yourlanelifecoaching.com, and schedule a booking. And I would love to improve your life and your relationship. Next week's show, we have author and prophet Stephanie Canton next week under the topic Breaking the Chains of Unforgiveness. Y'all know good and well that you cannot go in, especially the month of love, you cannot go into February talking about you still harboring things or unforgiveness of things that have happened in the past, from last year, from last week, from whatever have you. So unforgiveness is a very, very heavy thing. And it literally weighs down on you, not just spiritually, but physically. So we want to know how to combat that, how to overcome that. You want to tune in next week. You don't want to miss that show. Today's show was brought to you by The Perfume Bar, John Shoe Store and Accessories, Your Lane Life Coaching, Bahama Odds and Ends Party Supplies, and Airborne Freight and Cargo Services. And to the businesses out there and business owners out there, if you wish to sponsor Your Lane Talk Show, please give us a call at 376-8689. That's 376-8689. We have awesome packages to suit your budget. You want to be a part of this magnificent movement. We're doing things. All right. We're bringing knowledge. We're bringing insight. We're bringing revelation, and not just, just doing it for females. We're actually helping out the males as well. So please come on board. 376-8689. I want to thank my producers, DZ and Adessa, who always holding it down for us. They proud to be here on a good Sunday like this, sacrificing their time. We're grateful for them, and we want to say thank you. And to our continued Your Lane listening audience, thank you so much for joining us. Our first time listening audience, like Coach Paul's mom, and everyone else, thank you for the first time listeners. We hope that this was an awesome show for you as well. And please continue to follow us. You can follow and like Your Lane Life Coaching Facebook page. You can go to YouTube and Coach Trish Hanna. Subscribe there so you could be in tune of what we're doing, so we'll be informed of what am I saying? We want to ensure that you are informed about the shows that we have coming, and of course you can update yourself with the previous shows on YouTube, okay? And you get the updates and everything there on YouTube. So go to Coach Trish Hanna on YouTube to watch the previous shows, all right? And please like and subscribe. I pray that you were all empowered, educated, and encouraged today. And until next time, happy Sunday, everyone, and God bless you. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you too.
So we're off the radio and we're still on
Facebook Live.
Someone say, man, I just ate some rice going to drink my vinegar. Child, I need to stick with her because you need accountability partners.
Yeah.
Because I can't fool Odessa because Odessa might want bamboo shark and KFC. I ain't into that. I want some rice and apple cider vinegar. What you got? Huh? Oh, you do have cheat days. That's right. You do have cheat days.
Cheat days. We might say meals,
Coach Paul, mommy, I hope you see how Coach Paul look at Odessa just now when she say cheat days, because I know if that's a good thing or not. You gotta be one meal. Okay,
one
good.
meal.
All right. So what were we saying that we want to talk about real quick before we leave? It was something that we would times.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that you eat your heaviest meals at breakfast.
In the morning.
I did not know that. Why is that so?
Because we are day creatures by creation, and so by 5-6 o'clock in the evening, your body starts to shut down to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically, your body will start to decrease the rate of which it's burning, so it can sleep properly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you eat heavy at night, that's why a lot of people get up. Oh, I heartburn and the food's still on my chest. So
Mm-hmm.
you will not give your body time to digest that. So foods I usually recommend be like codfish, any white fish really.
In the night.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes salmon depends on the individual's food sensitivity. I'm a person, I can't eat salmon at night. I'll taste that until the next day.
Wow.
Right. So you have to ask certain questions. You're like, what foods do you experience indigestion or bloating? And that's a food sensitivity, not a food allergy.
Mm-hmm.
That helps you to design the meal plan. This is random.
Sorry, go on. No, someone teasing. No, that's on the Facebook. I'll let you read it when you finish.
Okay. Yeah, so that kind of helps me design the meal plan to help individuals get to their goals.
Right.
Remember I saying that anything that encourages inflammation is going to cause the person to see a regression in their results, because the body's always continuously trying to heal those damaged areas from the inside out. We all seeds. We grow from the inside, and whatever is being done on the inside in a good healthy way, then it comes to the surface.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So thank you once again, Coach Paul. You've been magnificent. Of course, we're gonna have you back because we need to do like a mid-year check with you back.
Yes.
Let's see if Odessa says she lose any weight, and let's see if I get any more thickness on me by mid-year. All right, because she says she want to lose something, and I said I want to put something on. So by mid-year, we're gonna bring you back.
All right.
And we're gonna see from there. All right. And DZ just on his own run. He just eating whatever he wanted. He ain't on nobody run at all. All right. Do you have any questions today before we close? You good? Oh, child. For true? Oh, take that, Odessa. This January. But everybody is exercising it properly in January. All right. So let me hear you from what? The end of February, around March time. Let's see how that goes.
Let's say March, because February is a short month.
Let's close on this. Men with bellies. I stay seeing that. Like they'd be, they're thick on the muscles by the arms or whatever,
Right.
maybe the thigh, maybe the leg, but then they still have this pudge.
Distended stomachs. So two things can encourage a distended stomach. The intake of beers.
Right.
Because the yeast in the beer hits the heat of your stomach, and your stomach causes it to inflate like bread.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then on top of that, bad eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
So you have alcoholic beverages going in with yeast in it, causing the stomach to inflate, and that also causes a suppression of testosterone too. And so men who have distended stomachs or really what we call Buddha stomachs, they also have what we call gynecomastia, which is breast tissue starting to build up.
Mm-hmm. So, but if the person does not drink alcohol and they just
This overeating and carbohydrates continuously.
So
it don't have to be things like wine and beers and stuff. You could be drinking fruit juices and sodas continuously. Vitamalt. You have done you have what you call it, non-alcoholic beverages.
So still have yeast and stuff in
still
it.
have yeast in it.
Like
Heineken just came out with one.
Non-alcoholic,
but it still have yeast
well, you
in
like
it.
call these names now. Heineken don't sponsor this show.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Go ahead. That's fine. All right, so that's good. Y'all good?
Yeah.
They've been teasing you, man. But there are lots of people are saying thank you. A lot of people are saying thank you. Thank you for your information. They teasing Dessa. What someone say? What is it to Dessa? Dessa coach ain't can let going to let you eat girls. So coach ain't gonna let you eat no bunch of bamboo shark, Dessa. So you got to be careful on that. All right, choose your men wisely.
Yes.
Wisely. And then they say with coach she would lose everything. So see that's why y'all need to come together, because that way you get your goal, and then I can ask you, go ask coach, is it okay for me to eat this so I can see how much calories I can get, so I can use you to ask him so I can get the information. That's how you do it.
Like that commercial.
Anyway, y'all, thank you for tolerating me today. Yeah? But it was fun. I really enjoyed myself. Coach, you were phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining
play
us.
ahas too.
A lot of ahas, more ahas than laughs, and we're grateful because I learned so much today.
Yeah.
I learned. All right, y'all, we gone, man. We gone. So we'll talk later, and y'all next week, please. Next week, let's learn about forgiving, man. I know there's someone out there. Let me tell you how you know when you forgive the person. When someone call that person's name and something about you, just turn. Like your stomach turn, your appetite gone, or something ain't right. Or when you say, man, yes, I forgive that person, then but you see them, it's like a different, like you rather avoid them. You go on the next side. You can't even look them in their face and say hello or good afternoon. That's when you know you still within your heart suffering from unforgiveness. So you want to get rid of that. We've been dealing with so many things this month to help us improve, to be better people and better kingdom citizens. So you want to come on board next week so we can hear how we can let it go. I don't care the most saint of the saints, you want to listen to this, because sometimes the Holy Spirit reveals things in us that we thought that we've overcome.
Right.
And unfortunately, there's still something there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the reason why I say it's so important to listen to this, so that you can find out, hey, is there something that I need to let go? Because you thinking, you letting it go because you ain't see the person in a while, or you ain't hear the name in a while. But as soon as you see that person, it brings a trigger. So let's get on board with that, all right? So we going for true. We going for true this time. Yolanda said, I can't miss this. No, Yolanda, child. We need this. We can need that show next week. All right. Another thing is, and let me just share this before, because I can say it again. When you still have unforgiveness, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams will let you know too that, hey, I still have an issue with this person. So that's I gone for true. Y'all ain't gone. I gone. Let's go Beats. Say Beats. DZ, we gone. That's what we gone. Bye everyone. Happy Sunday.